I'm feeling this music.
I am too.
Especially, I mean, I always do, but like today, I'm especially feeling it.
I'm digging it, man.
Hey.
Hello?
Hello.
You gonna let me do the intro, or are you just gonna talk over me?
I'm sorry.
You're new at this.
I'm excited.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to the show once again. Welcome to the greatest podcast to come out of Greene County, Pennsylvania. That's right. We're talking Talk 80's to me, and I am your host once again, Steve Barrett. And we got a good one tonight. This was episode 7? No, 8.
This is 8.
This is episode 8 tonight.
And I have no idea what the topic is.
I love it.
It'll be fun for me.
I mean, here's what tonight's topic
He
is
gave
going to
us
be.
homework. I had to like come with ideas.
Whatever, Ben, whatever you want to talk about. Tonight for an hour and 15, the mic is yours.
He never likes my ideas, but go ahead.
We're going to sit back and we're just going to let you talk about the 80s.
The 90s.
Okay, I'm back. I'm taking over.
I got enough bourbon, so.
Yeah. We will know. Listen, eventually at one point we will talk about the 90s and how awful that entire decade was from beginning to end.
We drank Zima. We were just discussing this. Like, there's so many bad things. Like,
You know, I
why was that a good idea? We could have just skipped that shit.
Well, I said this to somebody earlier today. They're like, wait, the 90s, was everything about the 90s was bad? And I said, absolutely. And this person said, wait, didn't you get married to your wife in the 90s? I went, yeah, and?
Oh, your wife watches. You're in trouble now.
Oh, she doesn't watch what I do. Are you kidding me?
I told her to watch
She doesn't
today.
like the 80s.
Yeah, what are the chances that one of the 3 people that listen to the show...
God damn it,
Steve.
Steve,
You
you're done.
spilled- I'm not even pissed that you spilled the whiskey on me. I'm pissed that the whiskey got spilled. You wasted
Yeah.
the whiskey. That's
You always play
that's
with the
party
microphone.
foul.
That's the problem.
No, I don't ever touch that down
You
there.
always play with it.
I don't ever touch
That's
down
a
there.
foul.
Yes,
Listen,
you do.
Party foul.
It resembles. Never
Party
mind.
foul.
Never
Now it
mind.
looks like
No,
I peed
sorry.
myself. God damn it.
I am so sorry, Adam.
No, I'm just mad you spilled the whiskey.
I bring
Not that he spilled it on me.
$500 whiskey
Yeah.
and you spill it.
So to recap, Steve broke the microphone.
We
It
robbed
is
the
not
liquor
broken.
store on the way here to get this.
Hey, can you pour me some more?
Can you handle
Yeah,
it?
you're not being. Don't let him pour it.
I mean, you're getting drunk off the smell of it. I mean, can you actually taste it?
I'm not getting drunk.
Don't pour it
off the
over
smell
me.
of
I
it.
already fucking.
The
I
microphone
got you.
fell apart in
I'm
my
gonna get
hand.
fucking-
I didn't do
I got
anything.
you.
I'm gonna
got
get a
that.
DUI on the way home, and I didn't even drink it.
I think whoever put these together didn't do a very good job.
Should have never talked bad about the 90s. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it
He
was.
just got cursed
Like,
by fucking.
I am
Adam,
so
be
sorry,
careful.
dude.
Yep,
It's coming
good,
across.
Good.
Don't touch it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Are those your good jeans that I just ruined?
If I explained to you how I wear jeans, it would freak out everybody here.
I never washed my jeans.
Now, what I do is I just wear the jeans and I don't wash them unless my wife takes them and picks them up and washes them until they're destroyed, and then I buy another pair.
Yep.
All right.
That's the system.
So maybe then that killed possibly something that was living on the
It could have
jeans.
been.
Who
And I
knows?
usually get action jeans like Chuck Norris has from Walmart because they're like $19.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, let's take 2.
Can we talk about Chuck Norris and we can replace your dad jokes with the Chuck Norris?
We could do that.
Please. Please.
Actually, no, I have a great one tonight.
No, you do not.
You need
I
some-
do, actually.
You need some SPF 100 because I just burned you.
Yeah. Ooh.
At some point, you got to start the show.
I know.
All right.
Welcome to Talk 80's to Me, episode 8. And it is. I'm very happy to be back here one more week. We got some great guests. One has really expensive bourbon spilled all over his pants, thanks to me. And I
my one
apologize.
pair of jeans. I didn't buy new ones yet.
Jeez. So I apologize for that. Anyway,
I
to
agree
my
with
left,
value
as
of
always,
It's true.
to my left, as always, is the guy. His name's Ben McMillan. Say hi, everybody. Say hi to Ben.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guy.
You can clap, guys.
Oh.
What's the matter? You don't like Ben?
You never watched the show. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Yes.
Adam doesn't even clap, man. What's up with that?
I don't even think about it.
I think he's got some deep-seated anger towards Ben.
Clapping issues.
Clapping it. He's got the clap.
No offense to the show. I just don't watch a lot of Spotify and listen to all that stuff. I fall asleep on the couch.
So
It's not you
offense,
guys.
Steve.
Yeah.
There's no offense.
So you're saying our show's boring then?
I
Cool.
love the topics. I love the guests. I really do.
You don't like the host.
I didn't say that.
You implied
did-
it.
yeah, you just
definitely
implied that.
implied it.
You did spill my whiskey.
It's like the other day when
Implications.
when Scott says on Facebook Messenger, "Hey, there'll be two alpha males here tonight."
You're still hung up on that alpha.
It is.
Little offended by that because he clearly wasn't talking about me. To my far right, first timer, he's a virgin here at Talk 80s. So we're gonna pop his 80s cherry tonight, and his name is Scott McCracken. Everybody say hi to Scott.
What's up, Scott?
Hi.
Hello. Thank you.
I clap for Scott. See,
No time listener. First time caller.
Yeah, you're a long time listener. My
Long time, no
ass.
time.
Right,
Long time, no time.
no time. And man, I'll tell you what, this guy's probably going to have to get like a VIP pass or something because he's been like the most frequent guest. We love this dude. Everybody, welcome back, Adam Joad. Everybody, come on.
I made you a key.
thank you. I already live in the back. All the right answers.
Lead singer, guitar player, awesome band called Scattered Hamlet. You can check them out on Spotify. They have awesome, cool videos on YouTube. Wherever you can buy music, you can check them out. They're going to be hitting the road this summer. So go to the website, check out their. You have a Facebook page too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. You just Google that shit.
Yeah, Google
TikTok.
it.
You got the TikTok and everything.
Unfortunately,
Adam.
yeah, I have the TikTok.
Adam says,
Isn't it fucking-
Google that shit.
I get mad at TikTok. That could be a whole gripe, but then we're like we're like the 220s or something with that shit. So we're gonna stick in the 80s.
What
we
about-
didn't know what TikTok was then.
Yeah. What about Snapchat?
I don't have a Snapchat.
Never tried it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And now it's time to talk about our topic tonight. But before we do that, actually, let me just say what it is. The three of us, and Ben can chime in, but the three of us have put together our own personal top 10 best and worst, two separate lists of the 80s action movies. That's right, action movies. That's right, action movies. Action. So we're going to go through that, and what we're going to do is we'll go 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 9, 8, 8, 8, whatever, you know. And Ben, you can feel free to chime in at any time if you like the movie, if you hate it, if you think it's a dumb
You got it.
choice, you know, the whole thing.
Okay, I have a question about the rules. All right.
No, good.
Go ahead.
If let's say Scott starts and he says his number 10, maybe that's my number 5.
Right.
Do
So-
I just acknowledge, yes, Scott, I have that one as a different number?
Well, you can just wait until it gets to that number, and then you can say it was on, you know,
Okay.
it was
All
already
right.
on the list.
I'm trying to find out the protocol
Right.
here.
Whoever says the name of the movie, if it's more than one person, the first person to say the title, give us the year, maybe a little brief description, anything you want to
I
talk
got
about
the
it,
years.
and then if you repeat it, or I repeat it,
We just go here. And
Yeah, we just go here,
drink,
here.
and we drink
Here,
some
I like it.
some Four Roses.
Four
This
Roses.
is movies?
Yes, action movies.
action movies.
Action.
And we kind of
Action.
unwritten rule here, but we kind of said, you know, not these grade Z, low budget, crappy things that nobody's ever heard of. We wanted to keep it, you know, had to be released in the theaters, had to have somewhat of like a legitimate name, had to be known,
I'm going to make my own list.
had to have a budget.
I didn't realize how many crappy
Oh my
80s
God.
movies, right to VCR, and then knockoffs of knockoffs
Yeah.
that were out there.
And I also didn't realize until I did this how many movies one actor has on my worst 10.
Yeah.
One actor.
One actor in your worst. I have one actor. A lot of reoccurring ones in my tops.
So I'm telling you right now, I think we're going to get in a fight. I think not a fist fight because I'll lose.
You're already wrong about Starship and Wasp.
Actually, you know something? Hey, a thing about Wasp.
I'm already right, but anyway, go ahead.
One quick note of Wasp. I think if Wasp would have came out in the 90s, they would have been done a lot better than it did in the 80s.
Okay, what do you mean done a lot better? They had a great success in the 80s.
I would have listened
All
to it
their
if I knew
albums
one of
went
the songs.
platinum. One of them went double platinum.
Get from Rust-Oleum and paint them platinum. That doesn't count.
It's impressive.
Okay, we're not talking about Wasp.
Yeah, we're not. We got to stay in the movies.
Instead of movies.
We're not talking about the god,
Yeah.
god Blackie Lawless.
We'll be able to talk about them again when we talk about horror movies, and
Yes, yes.
that'll tie into something.
But right now,
Not
I want to say Scott McCracken. We're trying to make this a tradition here. Scott bought us a bottle. Scott, please tell us what it is that we're drinking, we're toasting to tonight.
What we're drinking and what you just spilled earlier is Four Roses Small Batch Select. You can find it at your local fine wines and spirit store.
And on Adam's pants.
Yes, and on Adam's pants.
and on my action jeans.
Action jeans.
And I'm very sorry again.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Out of all the people here, I wish I hadn't spilled it on you.
And this is readily available at your local Greene County
This is good
Fine
for
Wine
us.
and Spirits.
All four
All right.
roses are good. This
Yes,
is like
they
the
are.
next.
Well, guys, you ready? Let's do the toast. Put
right.
your glasses up. Oh, wait, Ben's on the phone.
Ben's making his list.
I'm making my list.
Oh, all right, cool.
You said you put it in the Facebook group. I already had I had that shit
I
done in
know.
like 2 seconds.
5 minutes after I sent it to you guys, you go, done. I loved it. Here we go, down.
I have a pretty demanding life.
Steve,
It ain't going down.
Steve,
Really? That's smooth.
Steve,
Why'd you drink it all, dude? It's not a shot.
Steve.
You gotta sip this, dude.
I brought whiskey glasses so we can sip on it.
All right, I didn't know.
Yeah, you don't want to pound that shit, dude.
I love you guys.
You can pound like old crow,
Yeah.
the old crow, and it'll feel like you pound it.
You got pounded by an old crow.
It hurts.
It's gonna pound you back.
I know.
It hurts.
Okay. You want her pour?
No, not right now.
I didn't think so.
All right. So
All right.
anyway, best and worst. But before we do that, I just wanted to mention that this past Sunday, Scott and I took a trip.
Yes.
And we went to Maryland to the Meriwether Post Pavilion and was surrounded by thousands and thousands of people as we were there for day 2 of the M3 Festival. And oh my goodness, oh my gracious, what a day. We saw
a good day.
11 bands. Now, I should back up and say that there was a band on the kickoff parties were on Friday night. They had all day Saturday, and I'll tell you who was on the list. And by the way, don't be looking at my list. That's
I'm not
cheating.
looking at your list.
I'll put
I
mine
already know the right answers. Don't even look at yours.
So this is all 80s hair bands, okay? So Saturday's lineup included Child's Play, Brittany Fox, Quiet Riot, Lita Ford, Slaughter, Winger, and
Brittany
Styx.
Fox is back. That's right.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think it's the original
Styx
lineup.
doesn't have what's his face in it. It has Tommy Shaw, but it doesn't
Dennis
have
DeYoung.
Dennis DeYoung. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
So you can't. Even though Cartman has covered "Come Sail Away,"
Come sail away. But I want to tell you, so real quick, so this was the 14th annual. This is the 14th annual M3 Festival. And Scott and I have been, by the way, if you hear me say Mac, that's Scott's nickname, so I don't want people to get confused. But we've been to what, 3 of them now? This was the 3rd one we went to?
3 or 4.
And I've been to 2 others, without you. And it's a fun time. It's a little depressing because you see a lot of these bands that are missing the lead singer or they're missing the guitar player. Some bands have only like one original member, and the rest are like other people that you don't know. But for the most part, it's fun. And I jotted down a few notes about this because I wanted to tell you that this was 11 hours of hairband music on Sunday.
That sounds awful.
That's too much. Even as a fan of that, that's too much.
It actually was because we drove home that
that's
night.
too much.
So we left at 7 or 8:30 in the morning and got home about 3:30 in the morning the same
when
day.
I open festivals, I sleep half the fucking day until the evening after I play because I don't play late enough. Because I'm in the redheaded stepchildren era of bands. So by the time the big ones, then I can wake up and go watch it.
Well, so I just wanted to say the first band, the opening band was Heaven's Edge. They're from Philly. They actually debuted in 1990. They had a couple of moderate hit singles, especially on MTV, Skin to Skin and Find Another Way. The band did reunite in 2013 with the original lineup, including Mark Stevens, and I felt that they sounded great for the opening act. I was really surprised. After them, it was Vixen. For those of you who don't know who Vixen is, from St. Paul, Minnesota.
They key members that have passed too.
Yeah.
They formed all the way back in 1980, which shocked me.
Do you know who wrote their #1 hit?
And that would be Edge of a Broken Heart.
Who wrote it?
And I don't know.
Richard Marx.
Did he really? I feel like I should know that.
You absolutely. Well, now you do.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like I should
And think
know
about it. It would sound like it was something from a
Yeah,
Richard Marx.
absolutely.
Richard Marx is fucking awesome. His mullet on point. Sorry.
So his name is Dick Marks, right?
No, it's Richard.
But his name would be it would say Dick
You
Marks
have a
on his
mullet
birth certificate.
Like that,
Yeah.
You can be whatever your name wants to be.
Anyway.
Exactly. It can be
So-
Sir Dick Marks.
Sir Dick Marks. So they formed in 80. Their first album did not debut until 88. That was the
Wow.
Edge of a Broken Heart and Crying. I will tell you this: the original singer Janet Gardner was replaced in the OOs by one Lorraine Lewis, who was the lead singer for another fun 80s band called Femme Fatale. They had a couple of moderate hits as well, Falling in and Out of Love, and their other one was Waiting for the Big One. I don't know what she'd be singing about on that one, but
Did
anyway,
she ever get the big one?
Vixen sounded great, and we were happy to see him.
Yes, they did sound good. They sound really good.
Yeah. Next was Riley's LA Guns. I don't want to get into this too much. This is the other LA Guns band. This is not the original lead singer, Phil Lewis, or the guitar player, Tracy Guns. This is with Stephen Riley and original bassist Kelly Nichols, and they had a singer named Kurt Froelich. They were just okay. The guy doesn't have the range of Phil Lewis, and he couldn't hit the notes on Ballad of Jane and stuff like that.
They're not LA Guns.
Right,
Yeah.
they're not LA Guns.
That would be a tribute band.
Okay, next was Firehouse. And they have the original lineup except for the bass player. They sounded great. They debuted in 1990. They had a bunch of hits off their first album, including Don't Treat Me Bad, All She Wrote, and the ultimate prom ballad, Love of a Lifetime.
Best love song ever.
Okay. They put out various releases over the next 13 years.
See,
This is interesting.
You're way off target. We're supposed to be talking about movies.
Okay, but what, I'm just
You're
sharing
on a
this.
hair metal.
In
fucking
1992
soliloquy right
American Music Awards, Firehouse
coming
won
off
the
the
award
top.
for favorite new heavy metal and hard rock artist. They sounded great. Real quick, next was Steven Adler and his band. He's the drummer and co-songwriter for GNR. He was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Guns N' Roses in 2012. And they have a singer, younger guy. His name is, I'm probably mispronouncing this, but Ari Kamen. Singer's amazing.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
younger, slimmer
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Could hit all the notes perfectly. He was actually pretty amazing. Next band, Disappointment, was Great White. And again,
Which version?
not Jack Russell's Great White. Interestingly, this version of Great White does, there are three OGs, Mark Kendall, Audie Desbrow, and Michael Lardy. No Jack Russell. This version's singer is Brett Carlisle, who is no Jack Russell.
They were good.
The most amazing thing about Jack Russell is he's named after like a little dog.
I know.
Like a little scrappy dog. Like and that's just awesome. It makes me
They were good, but it sounded like I was listening to a cover band.
Yeah, it sounded like karaoke.
Just because he wasn't in there singing and has that little feeling in certain parts of the song.
Well, and he was going through the motions. He didn't seem to
Yeah.
have any energy whatsoever.
Ben left, he was pissed.
I know.
He
Warrant?
triggered him.
Warrant
he's
followed
gonna
them.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting.
He's going to pick me up in McDouble.
Warrant. Let's stay on
Yes.
track, guys.
I'm sorry.
All original members except for the singer, Janie Lane, for obvious reasons. Janie Lane died in 2011 of alcohol poisoning.
Janie Lane partied hard.
Yeah.
You want to hear Janie Lane's story?
Real quick, if you can make it real quick.
Well, you're the one talking about hair metal. One time I was playing at the Key Club in Los Angeles, and there was like a VIP area, and Jenny Lane was there, and he was extremely intoxicated as he was, and he kept like passing out and like falling down and stuff. But one time, he gave like the metal hands, and I was like, and of course I'm in my stage character, so I'm like, see, even Jenny Lane knows it's metal, and he like lost his mind that like somebody could see from the stage that it was him.
Oh, really?
And of course I saw him from the fucking beginning. He's a legend, And but yeah, he was a really nice guy, and I mean it was really sad though because he was. I mean, it wasn't like that. Like, hey, I got drunk. It's funny. It was definitely a problem.
Right.
That was kind of a. But anyway, that's my Jenny Lane story.
Well, that's cool. I was really surprised that everybody else there was like an OG of the band. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The singer that they have now, he's been with them for a while, is Robert Mason, and I hate to say it, I hate to speak ill of the dead, but he's a better singer than Janie Lane was, and they sounded tight.
It sounded real good.
Jenny Lane's like it's not even the proficiency; it's his vision.
Right.
So you're dealing with somebody that's
Well,
like
and he
stunning,
really interacted with the crowd too. He was great, and I didn't know this, but their 1990 album Cherry Pie peaked at number 7 on the Billboard charts. That album featured major hits: Uncle Tom's Cabin, I Saw Red, and Cherry Pie, which is I consider one of the worst hair band songs ever.
Worst, best.
But anyway,
It's still better than the entire Wasp
stop
discography.
it. Stop it.
I agree.
I will pour more bourbon on your,
You already
on your
threw me.
hands.
No,
That's why he
no,
did
you
it.
won't.
It was passive aggressive. I was dissing Blackie Lawless because saying he looked like
I will
Robert
throw you
Smith.
off. I will throw you off this freaking spot.
And last but not least, the headliner was Kix. That's right, KIX.
Yes.
Hailing from Maryland. They were literally in their hometown. Awesome as always, energetic. Steve Whiteman, lead singer, almost 70 years old, running around that stage like he owned it. The energy to burn, it was
Almost
amazing.
70?
Yeah.
That's why he's over 70.
No.
Really?
No.
He looks over 70.
No.
Those guys, all those guys live hard from that era.
Yeah.
They look fucking 50 when they were like 25 years.
No, they look that old.
I'm 18. You look 50.
Yeah.
So,
That's what cocaine does, man.
OG members,
Hell of a drug.
Steve Whiteman, Ronnie 1010 Youngkins, Brian Damage Forsyth, and Jimmy Chocolate Chalfant. And this wasn't an OG, but their bass player, Mark Schenker, has been with them forever. They had huge success in the 80s with Don't Close Your Eyes, as well as success with hits Blow My Fuse and Cold Blood. And this was the sad part of the night, that close to the end of their performance, Steve Whiteman announces from the stage that they are finally hanging it up after 45 years of rocking. They said their last show will be on Sunday, September 7th at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Maryland. And I really want to go to that. I think we should go.
I forgot to look at tickets today.
I know. Tickets did go on sale today. It's going to be a legendary show. They're bringing back every member that was ever involved with the band. They're going to be playing a long set. It's going to be very awesome, powerful performance. And it's going to be sad. It's going to be the end of an era. They've been rocking away since 1978 and put out some great stuff in the 80s. So you might want to check them out on Spotify. Check out their videos on YouTube because they're a great, fun band. Anyway, and that's it for the hair band stuff. So now we're going to get into what we're here for. And that is to talk about the 10 best 80s action movies and 10 worst 80s action movies.
I've been fucking waiting. You've been talking about hair metal for like a half hour, man.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the great concert we went to. Is that okay, Adam?
You can. It's your show. You can do
I'm
it.
about ready to go get another bourbon.
But I'm busting here.
You
I'm
went to a great concert too this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You tell me
We'll-
these
we'll
SPF
talk about that next
100 burn. You burned him. He burned you, Steve.
Can't be
I'm
burned.
just kidding.
It can't be burned if I didn't hear it.
He burnt you, man.
All right, I don't want you looking at my list.
I'm not looking at your list. I
All
already
right,
have
we're
the
going to
right
start with the
Wait, is it-
10 worst. We're going to start with the 10
answers. Oh, I
worst.
thought we were going to go with the best. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I didn't make one.
You didn't make 10 worst? All right, so we
I
should
have
go-
I have just a bunch of random movies.
Okay, well, I told you to put them in the top 10.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
okay.
give you my. I'll just pick them out, and you'll get my top
Okay.
10.
Well, I'm going to start with my number 10. We're going to work our way down to number 1, obviously, right?
Also, one is the worst.
1 is the worst. 10 is the least worst of your list, all right?
All right.
So 10 worst action films. Let's kick it off. My number 10, Over the Top, 1987.
Disagree.
Sly Stallone is a truck driver who arm wrestles his way to the Las Vegas Championship and learns to bond with
Bullshit.
his son.
I'm calling bullshit.
Disagreed.
Bullshit.
It's time to take it over.
Cheesy music,
Dude, when he
cheesy
came in-
acting.
He had the whole move, like when
Yeah.
he did the hit. You know, he
You
had
gotta do this.
Folks, it's
Yeah,
a movie
exactly.
about arm wrestling.
and it made arm wrestling awesome.
Yes,
So
exactly.
if you
No.
can have him, Sylvester Stallone can take a movie about arm wrestling, the dumbest shit ever, and we watched it, and it was awesome. That's a win.
It's like,
It was bad.
when I take his head, I turn
He
it
turns your hat
backwards.
backwards.
It's like I'm a machine.
Critically reviled horribly
Critics
by
know
critics,
nothing.
and it
No,
did not
exactly.
do well at the box office. So it was the first time in a while
Critics
that
are
American
nerds.
audiences were right.
First
You're
week,
number
critics
10.
are
First,
nerds.
first movie came out. Adam and I agree.
Okay,
It's a good movie.
number 10. You're both wrong, but cool. Number 10 worst.
For me, Dragon Slayer, 1981.
That's is that Dennis Quaid?
I'm not.
But you said 91.
81.
81.
It's 81. I went early. It's one of the, cashing in on the height of like all that fantasy stuff,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
made like
I
a
agree
bad.
with that.
It was called Dragon Slayer, and it did have a major release.
Didn't Sean Connery play the dragon?
He did the voice of the
The voice
dragon.
of the dragon.
that's
Yeah.
that one was just
it's pretty
it
bad.
didn't live up to the hype, so I had to put it as number 10.
And it was
pretty
real
bad.
sappy too. For some, I mean, it was.
Yeah, it just didn't
it
hit. It
had
didn't hit right.
potential
It was-
to be a good movie, but it
Yeah.
just they didn't do it right.
It just felt it was not awesome like Over the Top was.
Okay, number
All right.
10,
So
Scott.
I'm also going to go kind of the fantasy action, The Barbarians.
Oh,
yeah.
wait. The Barbarians.
The Barbarians.
The twins?
The twins.
The muscle-bound twins?
Yeah. Muscle-bound twins. Yeah.
That's a terrible movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
that is
yes,
bad
it is.
movie.
That's a
The
bad.
worst actors ever.
Yes.
And there were two of them.
You can't argue with that.
Listen, they made that movie and they knew it was a bad movie when they're making it, and they just had fun.
Yeah.
But it's such a bad movie.
I would
It's
never.
like Ghetto Conan.
Yes, that's exactly. It's
Ghetto Conan. It's just like, this is not Conan.
It's so bad and forgettable that I never even thought of that movie when I was putting together the worst list.
Listen, I did my
I didn't
research
remember, but
deep,
now that you
went
said
deep.
it, you're
And incredibly, they made quite a few movies in the 80s, too.
All
they
terrible.
were terrible. Yeah.
All terrible.
Yeah.
My number 9 is, you guys aren't going to argue with this one. You probably never saw it. City Heat, 1984. Burt Reynolds, Clint
Listen.
Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't pick it only because I can't disrespect Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
But
I
you're not
agree.
wrong. It's a bad movie.
I'm
I
a
get
Clint
it.
Eastwood guy. I love.
I know, man.
can't put
I
him
love
on
them
there.
both, too.
You're right. But I couldn't do it. I had to come up with
Yes.
things that Burt Reynolds wasn't on because I steal all my high fashion from Burt Reynolds.
And it's awesome. But he also, Burt, admittedly, made
Listen,
made some crappy movies in the
He
80s.
actually broke his jaw the first part of the filming of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, listen, they changed.
It's no Gator.
He's no gator.
Right.
Ain't no
They
gator.
had not one, not two, but 3 directors making City Heat because it was just awful. The script was a mess.
And they were at the apex of their career. They were high up there.
Yeah.
And they thought it would be a block off, but no.
Anyway, it takes place in the 30s. Burt plays a private investigator, and Clint plays a former cop,
you've
and they
got-
both take on the mob.
It
and
just
it's
shows you can have
terrible.
the two baddest motherfuckers on the
Yeah.
planet, and you can still make a bad movie.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, Adam, what's your number 9?
Krull, 1983.
Yeah.
Crawl. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Krull.
1983.
With that, the only cool thing is I wanted one of those, whatever the fuck they were with the blades on it.
The
like on
Starfire
the
blade.
forearm?
Yeah, whatever that was. Like, we'd have to go to the fair and like buy shit from the carnies, like, and pay extra because we were too young, and then poke each other's eyes. South Park has a great episode about it, but yes,
That was
shit was
a
real.
big budgeted science fiction action film. I don't even remember who starred in it, but it was horribly reviewed. A tank at the bottom. They lost a lot of money on that movie.
Yeah, it was
very,
not good.
very bad. Good choice.
I'm going to go. I'm leaving it down because I'm going to go with a terrible movie. One of my favorite action actors, is in this movie.
Right.
Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That because I am going to talk about this in the best one, but yeah, you're dead right because that was like again bad Conan. Like it's like you tried. I'm with you on that one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bridget Nielsen, and Sandel Bergman. So
Sounds like a recipe for success.
Yeah, again,
Wrong.
like Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood. Like
Yeah.
you think
No.
that would be the move, and
yeah,
just
it was bad. In
sometimes
fact, I
it's not.
actually wrote down. That's on my list. That's number 6. We'll
Oh,
do
you
that.
can't talk about it right now.
But it's a quest to fight an evil queen, and it's
Yes.
bad.
It's bad.
I mean, I couldn't even tell if it was like a medieval movie, if it was a made-up fantasy movie. It was bad.
They just didn't know.
Bridget Nielsen. And this will not be the only time she'll be on the list. Anyway. All right.
Whoa,
So number 8.
better be careful.
Number 8. My number 8 is Maximum Overdrive, 1986.
Here,
Here.
because that's going to be on my list at some point too.
Actually,
see that
it's
movie,
on my
Ben?
list too.
I don't think I've seen it.
Maximum
The only
Overdrive.
good thing about it, and the reason I wanted to one is because fucking AC/DC's Who Made Who.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a great soundtrack.
And it had that Joker as the truck.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like, oh, that looks bad.
Stephen King directed
I
it.
drank
Yes.
bourbon with the guy that played drums on that played for
Yeah?
AC/DC during that era because he was like the band for a lady that we were opening for, and it was funny because like you're sitting backstage and like I'm like looking at him. This guy's like, why is this fucking random like hillbilly like looking at me? And I was like, bro. And he's like, yeah. I was like, you played on the Who Made Who album, and he was like, I did. I was like, do you drink? And he goes, yes. I was like, we're gonna go drink bourbon. That was it. And he was like, went up there and I was like, we're drinking and we're gonna talk about fucking Who Made Who. And he was a really cool dude. And I think he was stoked that some random.
You didn't
fucking
spill
guy-
the bourbon on his pants.
I did
like
not.
some idiot here did you?
But I like that song he made.
It's great.
yeah,
Oh,
it's a great
yeah, that's
song.
what I'm saying. I love
Yeah,
it. Yeah, like
yeah.
that whole. I love the whole AC/DC element of
For
it.
those of you who don't know about this,
Stephen King.
right, Stephen King directed his first
Yes.
movie, and I think it's his last
And the
after
book's
this fiasco.
good. It's not like I mean
Yeah.
the content. Stephen King's writing is always off the
This-
hook. You know,
Bold.
Off the shelves, right?
Yeah. Oof,
Comet. The plot: a comet hits Earth, causes machines to come to life and kill humans. The lead hero in it is Estevez. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, well, that's
Emilio
sweet.
Estevez. And in my opinion, the worst ending in action movie history. It doesn't end.
But I like the death scenes are funny, especially with the Coke machine or Mountain Dew machine killing the kid.
It's like, let's take Christine, but just not be as awesome.
Right.
Exactly.
But use monster trucks, like
truck.
big trucks. At the Mount Moore's truck stop.
And driving circles for hours.
There was obviously blow involved in the making of that movie.
Oh,
I mean, do you remember the ending? There's no ending.
Like you said, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So, like,
I wish.
machines are still going. All of a sudden, you see this, like, there's words on the screen that explains what happened.
Yes.
And that it died out and everything went back to normal. It was so dumb.
That's Stephen King fixing the movie right there.
Yeah.
Do you remember the tagline for the commercial? Stephen King points at the camera and goes, "I'm going to scare the hell out of you."
Yeah, that did not happen there.
Didn't happen.
He scared the hell out of us many times, but not that.
Yeah, no.
All right, what's your number 8?
Oh, 8? That would be Tron, 1982.
Oh, my God, man. Dude, I'm really digging your worst list
Dude,
here.
Tron, okay. The only cool thing about Tron is I had a buddy that worked at when they released Tron 2.
Yeah.
He was working at Disneyland in Anaheim. And they had remade the arcade from the first Tron, like the 80s.
Right.
And like, so he got me back into that, like, so I could just like go in and go play the old 80s. Like, that was fucking cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you know what's not cool? The whole movie. Everything else about it. Like, after you got past all the cool, like, digital shit, you're like, this is unwatchable.
Jeff Bridges.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Really? You're
Just
into
because
it?
it was ahead of its time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's why I go. But yes, it was not a great
Boring movie.
It does have boring moments. It does.
But
Yes,
you
it
are
does.
right. It is groundbreaking.
Yes,
I can't disagree with
That's
that.
the only reason I didn't put it on the bad list.
Fair enough. All right.
And the problem is, if you look at it now, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't age well.
Well, I like the way they took Jeff Bridges in the second one and made him not age by using.
agree.
So they there's even the second one's still ahead of its time. Like,
Yeah.
but it was tough to watch. Though. I mean, for like
They shouldn't have made the second one.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that was.
But they tried.
Mac, what's your number 8?
No, I'm gonna go Maximum Overdrive. I'm
Okay.
just gonna throw it on there.
All right.
Yeah, because I got a lot of bad movies over here. So
That was actually my number one was Maximum Overdrive.
Really?
So that's why I picked
All
as
right.
the first one. But yeah.
Well, we'll remind
Yeah.
people when
Yeah,
we get there.
that's fine.
My number 7. I'm gonna get somebody mad at me. I think Red Scorpion, 1988.
That's, I accept that.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. I accept.
One of the worst actors to come out of that whole genre.
ever.
Whoa, careful.
Okay.
He played a Mad Russian one time. and wow.
Outside of Ivan Drago, one of the worst actors in an action movie.
Yeah.
And this one, he plays a Soviet warrior who leads a rebellion against bad guys who murdered his family.
You know what's
Bad movie.
you know what's the biggest bummer? Like when you look at like Drago back in the day, right? He looks like a fucking mountain of a man.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like he just looks like such a big badass. I was at Sirius Radio, and he was going on to Howard Stern. I was going on a lesser known radio show because I was not good enough to go on Howard Stern. But anyway, he was in the lobby, and I was losing my shit. I'm like, this fucking Ivan Drago standing here. But the biggest bummer was I stood up in my cowboy boots, and I was like, fuck, I'm as big as Ivan Drago.
Oh, wow.
and I was like, man, when I was a kid, now I'm not a small guy, but still, when you were a kid, he was this giant mountain of a man, and then and I'm sure he's gotten a lot smaller. You know, he's an older guy, but like just sitting there, I'm like, man, this was like Santa Claus isn't
You know
real.
what they say, man. You never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Hey, so did you want to go over and talk and say, "I will break you"?
I must break
I
you,
must
right?
break
He was on his phone, and he was a really intelligent dude, and like everything I wanted to say was just going to be not cool.
Dumb.
So I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm just going to let Drago go.
Yeah.
This is because I'm already like, God damn it, I'm the same size as Drago. Like,
Well, I just think you shocked.
let down.
I just think you shocked the audience by saying that Dolph Lundgren is intelligent. I don't think anybody would have
he has
guessed
like
that.
a master's. He has a doctorate or a master's. Like he's a scientist. Like,
But I'm
the
saying
dude's
based on his
legit.
movies and his acting
Yeah,
skills, a lot of
he's
people
a
thought he
legit
was
martial
dumb.
artist. Yeah, no, he's a legit dude and nice guy.
You're number 7.
Oh, sorry.
Taking a sip.
Good whiskey. One there pour.
No, I'm good.
No Holds Barred, 1989.
Hulk Hogan stars as
Sorry,
Rip
Hulkster.
Rogers, right?
Yeah, we did Hulk, we did wrestling. That one's gonna come out before this, and you know we discussed it. I've never been a say your prayers and eat your vitamins. I was all about the ultimate where I want to do blow, eat Anadrol, and paint my face. That's what I wanted to do. So sorry, Hulk.
That's a good role model to have.
That's it.
A terrible movie.
Yeah. I agree.
Zeus. And just bad acting, bad dialogue.
Zeus was in Friday too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice Cube hit him with a brick.
He's funny. He's funny in Friday.
Yeah, Friday's an
good in
awesome
Friday.
movie. Yeah.
But he was terrible in this. Anyway,
Yeah,
Mac, you're number 7.
I'm going with Dolph Lundgren.
Okay.
And I grew up watching this cartoon.
He-Man.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Wait. Here, because it's also on my list.
All right. He-Man, Master of the Universe. What year did that come out?
87.
87.
Now,
That
do you
was
know
not
they're
a good
making
movie.
another one?
I hope
Is
so.
he really?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you about it because one of my friends that I know is writing it. Like, he's written some pretty awesome things. I can't rat him out because I hit him up online all the time and ask him like things like if Orko's going to be in it and shit. And he feeds me information just because I would hound him unmercifully. But I know some shit about that. I'm not going to tell you. But it's going to be better than Dolph Lundgren's version.
We can talk off air.
The bar isn't very high. I told him.
No,
I
it's not.
I said, well, listen, bro. Like, the bar's here.
When you say bar, you're talking about carpet. Carpet's been that's a carpet. That's where the bar's at.
He-Man, the movie, cheesy special effects, not good at all.
I was so happy when the movie was coming out.
Right.
Oh, man,
but here's the
love
thing. It wasn't fun. The cartoon was fun.
Yeah.
They made a mistake in making it serious.
Would you like me to do the whole intro? I'm Adam, Prince of Eternia. Fabulous secret powers revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Cringer became the mighty battle cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friend the sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty good, man.
Fuck yeah.
See, the only monologue I can do word for word from any movie is National Lampoon's Vacation when Chevy Chase loses his
That's
shit.
noble, too.
Yeah. Anyway, number 6, Red Sonja. We already talked about it.
Yeah,
So go ahead. What's your number 6?
This is going to be my sexist one. Ninja 3: The Domination. It was in 1984. It was when a girl took over as a ninja, and I was like, this is bullshit. There's no girl ninjas, and I'm not buying it.
She was possessed, right?
It doesn't matter. She's a
And
chick.
Sho Kosugi, the
Sho
master,
Kosugi- no, he's the badass, yeah.
right? He had to fight the
Yeah.
possessed version. And by the way, the girl,
And he would have just fucking took her out in like 2 seconds because he's a ninja.
it's sad that I know this. Her name is Lucinda Dickey, the actress. And the only other film she was in before this was Breaking and Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Damn, you remember Turbo from Breaking? When he did the whole dance with the fucking broom?
I do.
We could have put Breaking in the bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, that should have been.
Anyway,
Anyway,
bad movie. Bad movie.
Bad.
And what's funny is it's Ninja 3, but it's not a continuation of any of the previous
either.
Ninja movies.
What is it?
He plays a different character.
What, Enter the Ninja? What is the other
Revenge
one?
of the
Revenge of the
Ninja.
Ninja. Then all of a sudden, just Ninja 3 Domination.
Yeah. So it's
Now,
Ninja,
see,
it's
if I were a ninja, do you know what Shaw did when he was the ninja? Whenever the glass fell off the table, he reached out and grabbed it and caught it, and it didn't spill on anybody. See, if I were a ninja, when you tried to spill the whiskey on me, I would have just caught it.
See, then technically this is your fault because you.
No,
I mean,
but here's the thing.
I could have fixed it. If you'd have done this on Scott's side, he would have caught it because he's a fucking ninja.
I would.
It was a test.
I failed.
all right.
So
Number 6.
about the ninja.
Oh.
I always there's so many ninja movies back in the 80s.
Yes.
And I always watched them all. So I really didn't put them on there because I didn't want to disrespect one over the other.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of bad ninja movies out there.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll get
American Ninja 3 parts 3
yeah,
through
yeah.
80 or whatever. Bad movies. Go
All
ahead.
right,
You're number
so
6.
I got 2 movies. They're tied because they're that bad.
That's cheating, but go ahead.
okay. No. Jaws 3D and Jaws 4.
Yeah, he's not wrong about this.
No, he's not wrong about either one of those.
Yeah.
And you could lump them together because they're
Yeah.
both equal piles of
Equally-
horseshit.
exactly.
Shark shit, I should
3D
say.
in general was just the biggest letdown. You
It
put on
was.
those fucking glasses.
The fact
hurt
that they
your
still
eyes.
show that movie every so often, it's on there, and then that shark just like swims at a weird angle at you.
Yeah. Let's just say this real quick. The Jaws 3D takes place at Ocean, or what's it called? SeaWorld.
SeaWorld.
Right?
Yeah.
Terrible movie. Dennis
Free,
Quaid.
Free Willy comes to
Right. Total paycheck. Total paycheck for Dennis Quaid. Terrible movie. And the effects were so bad. There's a scene close to the end where the shark goes through the glass.
Yeah.
And it's so obviously fake.
Yeah.
It's bad. But you'd think that was the worst one until they came out with Jaws the Revenge.
Yes.
The plot is literally the Brody family moves from Amity Island to Bermuda, and a shark follows them. A shark follows them
Well, it happens.
from Amity Island to,
we
to
have a
Bermuda.
stalker shark.
fucking
It's a
stars,
bad,
man.
bad movie.
bad
That's a good
shark.
pick. Good.
Yeah, that was
good.
solid.
Yeah,
Good.
that's a terrible movie.
Number 5. Really disappointed with this one because at this point, 1986, I was a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, but he put out a turd of a movie.
Can I guess that you're gonna say Raw Deal?
Raw deal.
Yeah.
We got a raw deal with this movie. Boring. 1986. Hardly any action scenes actually in it at all, and the ones that were in there were not filmed very well. And in this movie, he plays an undercover cop. He fakes his death and takes on the mob. Like, that's so original.
Yeah, and he slicks back his hair like you're going to pretend like you're going to be like, oh, hey, look at the Italian guy with the Austrian accent.
Exactly.
It's like Clark Kent taking off his glasses and nobody recognizes
Oh,
him.
shit. Wait a minute. No. He's clearly Italian.
Bad movie. What's your number
Sicilian.
5?
Flash Gordon, 1980.
You shut your mouth.
Wait a minute.
You shut your mouth.
Wait a minute. I disagree with
Yeah,
that
I
one
disagree.
too, man.
Flash.
That's
It's just terrible. The
That's on my
song is
list.
amazing.
I have a selfie with that guy.
That's Sam Jones, right?
We have
Sam
a picture down in our shop. He autographed a poster, and I have a selfie on my Facebook page of the guy. After I made fun of everybody that goes to those kind of conventions, I was going to work. I was like, people are stupid for paying for that stuff. 5 minutes in, where's my $50? I brought $50. Wow. Gone.
Yeah, that shit'll get you every time.
Was that the same? Was that the same place you met? What's his name? They said he met Deason, Eddie Deason. Didn't you meet him?
Who's that?
No.
Oh,
who
no,
was
yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. No, that was a different place. That was down in West Virginia somewhere. I forget. Different place.
Was he like, asking you for change or?
It was a meet and greet thing. I think
Oh,
it was
my
some
God.
kind of thing going on. I forget what it was. Kaylee could tell you.
Yeah.
She'll tell you.
Sam Jones,
Jones.
right? Sam Jones played Flash.
Yeah.
A fun movie. And great soundtrack by Queen.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
Queen.
Yeah,
Queen's amazing.
But it's fun. It's one of those so bad it's fun.
It's on.
cheesy.
It's not on my other list of the best worst movies ever
Yeah,
made.
it's hard to watch now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough to.
but
I will still watch it because it's so goofy.
Yeah.
And it's-
I mean, there were like
have to get
a
me
lot
high
of
as fuck
drugs
to sit through that
Yeah,
right
there
now.
were a lot of drugs when they made that film.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie. Okay.
Scott.
You're number 5. Scott.
I'm gonna go with Superman 4.
The Quest for Peace.
Quest for Peace.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's
Terrible
terrible.
movie.
That's pretty fucking horrible.
Listen, that movie went from being like a Warner Brothers, I think, like a big budgeted studio, to a low budget company called Golan
Yeah.
Globus or
Yep.
whatever they were called.
Yep.
No money, no budget.
And they're known
Special
for putting
effects were
out
awful.
B movies.
Yeah.
And no one on that cast wanted to make the movie.
Oh my God, Christopher Reeve
Yeah,
He warned us this
wanted
is
to
gonna be
walk
terrible.
out, which is ironic now. But anyway,
that was bad. You just triggered me.
I'm sorry. That was
Yeah.
Hey, drink that. It'll be okay.
All right, I'm good.
anyway. He actually halfway through the filming, he literally said to some member of the media,
Don't watch.
"This is the worst piece of shit I've ever been in," and I mean it was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad he stood up for himself.
Yeah. The wheels of justice turned on that one.
Dun, dun,
Anyway.
dun.
Ready? Get ready for the anger. Get ready for the trigger. Number 4 for me, worst. Rocky Four. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. No.
But I will say
he won the
Sylvester
fucking
again.
Cold War.
I thought it was Reagan all this time. How dumb was it?
It was fucking Rocky and David Hasselhoff.
I will say though, this is another Stallone. Ready? Rambo 3,
Is that the 80s or was that the 90s?
1988.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible
I'm gonna
movie.
say no
Yeah.
because that's still better than most of the ones on this list.
Right.
Because it has Rambo. Didn't
Yeah.
Rambo 3? Didn't he go to the Middle East?
Yeah, he
and
went to
take
the Middle
the
East.
head
Yes.
and win and kill the Taliban? You're
Yeah.
wrong, Steve.
He literally
He's wrong.
killed like 3,000
Yeah.
people.
If that really happened,
With
there wouldn't have
48
been a Gulf
rounds
War either.
in his
yeah.
AK-47.
Yeah, no. Rambo wins. No.
He went to save Colonel Troutman.
Yeah.
Right. And he got kidnapped in Thailand, and then I think they shipped him over to somewhere in the Middle East. I
The
can't
most
remember.
heavily weaponized helicopter he took out with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, he can do it. I've done it. I sit down there in
From
my back.
500 yards away.
Yeah, my backyard, I could at 30 yards, I could take out.
Love First Blood. Rambo 2, First Blood Part 2, was great. The wheels fell off on this one. It was bad.
No,
It was not a good film. What's your number 4?
But I like Stallone, so I really didn't put him on. I like the Rambo movies. I didn't put him on there. That's why I respect.
It's a bad movie.
In the similar spirit, 86 Iron Eagle.
Oh, that's a bad movie.
Yeah. It's
bad.
Wow.
It's not good.
But
Dude, I'm impressed.
Listen, but I don't think it's as bad as some of the other movies. But
You're right.
it's definitely a knockoff of
Dude, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
Top Gun.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
It's ghetto Top Gun. Like
No, no,
Ghetto
Ghetto Top Gun.
Yeah.
No. It's not a knockoff of something. It's a knockoff of everything.
Well, you know, it's like everybody does it. Like the studios, the record labels, they're like, you know what we need because somebody else had something successful, and
They think it's going to work, and no,
We need Bo Hill to do our album again.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
was
just-
doing about
Yeah,
that was a weird segue, but anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right. Though.
Iron
That's
Eagle's
kind of the
bad,
thing.
and Louis Gossett Jr. and I can't remember the kid's name. I mean, he didn't have a career at all.
Exactly.
Very forgettable.
His name was Suck.
Terrible. I mean, wasn't it?
Last name ass.
Yeah, Suck Ass. That's a weird name.
Yeah.
I wonder what nationality that is. Anyway, good choice because that was really weak. That was bad, and it made 3 sequels
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And Louis Gossett Jr. was in all of them. I think.
Back in the 80s, VHS was
Yeah.
You can make money.
you make money.
Oh yeah.
$1 a movie rental.
Well,
You know,
I read that they would sell those for like $50
Yeah.
to like a place, and then they rented that. They rent it 50 times. Shit, I rented shit 50 times in the 80s easily.
the straight to video, they would spend like literally like $100,000 on the budget, and it would make like
so you got to figure
$500,000.
we didn't have the interwebs back then.
Yeah.
So when you want to watch a movie,
interwebs.
I'd walk over to Southside Deli,
Yep.
go down there, Video
Video
99.
99.
You go in there and say, "Hey, how you doing, man?"
Barb Stawinski represent.
Yep, exactly.
Love that woman.
And I'm sitting there and I'd read the back of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that looks good. 4 movies, take it home.
Yep.
And
It
it's
was great.
I was telling
you
Scott
just
before you
watched them.
came, like that I actually, when Video 99 closed, I bought Faces of Death from them and Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Did you
And, Yeah, I
really?
have several of them from the original
2
ones. from
great
that.
classics. Right there.
Now, I do have a working TV with the VCR
So
player.
we can watch.
We
this.
can actually watch Faces of Death.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It's no. I tried. Don't do it. Like, I made it like 20. I'm like, wow, this is fucking terrible.
yeah, it'll ruin your childhood.
Yeah,
That's what
it's-
you're saying,
no,
right?
don't do it. Just leave it exactly where it sits in your head.
Scott, what's your number 4? You said Iron Eagle. Where are you at? Number 4.
You know, I still got a lot on here. I want to go with Cobra.
Cobra.
Oh no, you can't. That was the first time I saw lasered sighting. The only reason I carry a pistol with lasered sighting now is because of Cobra. So I can put dots on people.
1986. Stallone and Bridget Nielsen.
Right?
It's cool.
Stallone
I
and
want
Bridget Nielsen. What a shit show that movie is.
Fun fact: cool car.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. And one of the worst lines.
I'm not gonna disrespect him.
One of the worst lines ever. It's so bad that it's hilariously awesome. When he's like,
He has the match he puts in his
the match and the sunglasses inside the darkly lit supermarket, and the guy from the gang says, "Oh, don't you know who I am? I'm a member of a new order." Right? The gang, no, you have a disease, and I'm the cure. Boom.
Yeah, because he's got lasered sights.
There's just like
Terrible.
that was back in the day when he was super fit.
Yeah.
And his waist looked like this. It just looked weird.
Meanwhile, isn't Stallone like 5'5" in real life? I mean, they say he's really short.
Yeah,
right?
he's not a tall man. He takes a lot of that HGH and stuff. Those guys are on a lot of testosterone and stuff.
Do you know what? Shoot, I was just gonna. Oh yeah, do you know what his name is in that movie? Like his full name? Everybody calls him Cobra.
Cobra?
Cobretti,
Marion Cobretti.
yep, that's right.
What a stupid
Spinning
name
Cobra.
that is.
I wish my name was Marion Cobretti.
All right,
That is going to be my
good
name.
choice, by the way. Number 3 for me. Some people might say it's not an action; it's a comedy, but this one's definitely got a lot of action in it and a lot of bad action. Beverly Hills Cop Part 2.
I disagree.
I won't.
1987.
You're not going to get me to speak against Eddie Murphy.
No, I like both of those movies.
Beverly Hills Cop 2 is terrible. First of all, it's not funny at all. It's cheesy, it's predictable, it's boring. There's actually a chase scene with a what is it? Not a bulldozer. What am I thinking of?
Steamroller.
Steamroller. Does not work. Actually, maybe I thought it was a dump truck. I don't know. Big garbage
Cement truck?
Cement truck.
Cement
That's
truck,
what it
yeah.
is.
sounds pretty
Slow,
awesome to me.
dumb, uninspiring. Murphy doesn't come across as funny in this one at all. He comes across just like an asshole, just rude and yelling at
His
everybody.
name is Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Dumb plot. And
name like Axel Foley,
and by
you
the
are
way,
an asshole.
Bridget Nielsen again,
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
playing another stupid bad chick.
Who would have thought she'd end up with Flavor Flav? Right?
I'm pretty sure that a lot of
Right? Like, if you'd have told me back in the day that Flavor Flav with this clock that's like is going to end up with this.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
All right,
I would
what's your
never
number
guess.
3?
Actually, all the other ones that you guys have already said, the last one I have on my list that I haven't said yet is Jumping Jack Flash.
I was going to put that on my list.
And yeah,
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, even outside of her being like a liberal that hates America and stuff.
Yeah, she's not a good person.
Yeah, I don't like her. But even outside of that, she was on Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I like all that. I think that you guys should write in the comments and get me on The View because that would be amazing. I could trigger those guys in like fucking 2 seconds.
Whoa. Is that show still on the air?
It should be because I want to be on it.
Is Whoopi still part of it?
I'm going to say no.
All right.
No, I think she is, isn't she? Because she's always pissed. She's triggering everybody off.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And I really don't care.
She was cool in Star Trek, The Next Generation.
She was great in The Color Purple. I'm telling you.
Oh,
The
Color Purple. Well, that's because it's an Alice Walker novel and it's an awesome
Dude, how do you know that? That's impressive, man.
Do you not have a fucking master's degree?
No, I do, but
Adam has
Cat and
layers.
Hamlet know about that, man.
You don't know about Adam.
broke
Adam has
character.
layers. Adam has layers.
I know, he does. I'm telling you.
He's like an
a
onion.
complicated fella,
He's an
man.
onion.
You are an onion.
I sit around and drink bourbon and read fucking obscure American literature.
You do.
Yeah.
But
I don't like
I always
Whoopi
knew you
Goldberg.
were a smart guy. I mean, I knew that, but that's just that surprises me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that. Scott, did you know that?
What he reads, I do now.
Oh, yeah, see.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
I'm not surprised.
By the way, congratulations with you having a master's. You're
Do
officially
you know who
the
signed my
smartest guy
master's
here on the
degree?
panel.
Do you want to know this? This is really awesome. I got my master's in Southern California when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor.
Nice.
So my master's degree
He
actually
signed
has.
it, didn't he?
No, it's an auto pen, but it actually says Arnold Schwarzenegger on it. So I have.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so like
I'll still
that's
take
the
it.
only reason I bring it out when people come over. I was like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
How have you not framed that shit? That would be so
It's
perfect
in
for
my
the bunker,
dresser,
man.
Yeah, I know. I should put that up in the bunker. You're right. All right.
That's
You-
badass.
You're right. All right.
Okay, anyway, what's your number 3, Scott?
We're gonna go with Blue Thunder.
Yeah,
Blue Thunder?
He's right.
Roy Scheider?
Listen, if
That's a great
Airwolf
movie.
if Airwolf would have made a movie, then better.
Yeah, Blue Thunder's ghetto Airwolf.
Yeah, it is.
Airwolf awesome. Cheney
Yeah.
comes out. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm
with Scott.
triggered.
I'm
I
with
can't
Scott.
believe it. Episode 8 is the first
Blue
time
Thunder
I've
doesn't
said
even
this,
look
but I'm
like
triggered.
It doesn't even look like a helicopter.
Yeah.
What is that thing? Like it has like
Roy Scheider. That's a great movie, man.
He just runs around the city. What does he really do?
yeah.
He saves America with Blue Thunder, man.
No, he uses that extra surveillance stuff to.
Yeah, I know that's fun. That was a funny scene, actually. The guy looks out his curtain, his window, and the helicopter's
He's like,
right
"Ooh,
outside.
What are we doing in there?
You know, like 50 floors up. I thought it was a fun movie, man. I do not agree. Don't agree.
There's
all right,
worse
you're allowed
ones
to.
we've said, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
not wrong. It's bad.
Number 2, No Holds Barred for me.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
going to say anything else other than, believe it or not, there's a Hulk Hogan sex scene in the movie. And enough
And he
said.
bangs Bubba the Love Sponge's wife in it.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that's real life.
No, that's
real life. That happened.
So, well,
good. You got to go because all mine.
yeah, you're done.
So good.
Well, I also have my number 1 is No Holds Barred.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
yeah.
Very cool.
So
that's a unanimous agreement we have
Yeah.
across the board. Yeah.
You ever
also,
see that movie?
I think I did.
No Holds Barred? Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan?
I
Plays
also
long
have-
time.
Rip Rogers.
I also have The Punisher.
Dolph Lundgren.
The Punisher.
Wait, though, wasn't that 1990?
It's in Germany. It was released in '89.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because that was almost made my list because I was really. Into,
I appreciate that. If it was released
you're right,
anywhere,
Yeah.
you're right.
it's an 80s
You're
movie.
right. Because I would have put that on my list if I'd have known that because I just looked it up and saw US 90 and I but you'd have been 100% right.
Yeah.
The Punisher, one of the greatest comic book characters of all
yes.
time.
I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The fella that does it now, that's
the TV
John
series. Yes.
Berthal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Like
Yes.
he kills
Great.
it.
The guy from The Walking Dead?
Yeah,
he's great.
He's married to Kurt Angle's
Karen
sister.
Angle?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
no,
his
no,
sister.
no.
Yeah, he's married to
Not
Kurt
that.
Angle's sister. So
Oh, interesting.
he lurks in this area sometimes. But anyway, phenomenal actor. He crushes the Punisher.
That's
you know
a
who
great
doesn't
show.
crush the Punisher? It's Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, can't do it.
Well, and then there was a sequel, Warzone, that came out in the 00s.
Well, there's
which isn't
there's
very
three,
good either.
There's 3 Punisher movies.
Right. The one with Thomas Jane and John Travolta,
Yeah,
right?
there was that one, and then
That's a bad movie.
Yeah, then they came out with the
Yeah,
Warzone.
with the Warzone.
Yeah.
It's the best of the Punisher
Yes, I
movies.
agree.
But it's still a bad movie. Though.
Yeah.
So, how has nobody been able to make a good Punisher movie?
Well,
That's
if they
terrible.
just took if they took John's character, I'm going to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I think they're going to because now Marvel's going to the R-rated stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring out the Punisher.
Well, all those movies, though, were rated R, but they were still terrible. John Travolta should not be a villain in any comic book. movie.
Yeah, no.
He's
I mean,
not
who,
good.
who did he play? Fucking
He was the main bad guy. I can't remember. It wasn't Jigsaw.
no, it wasn't
He played the main.
Jigsaw.
That was the one with Thomas Jane.
That's Thomas Jane has
Because
Jigsaw.
the guy, like on the TV show, the guy who plays Jigsaw is freaking Private Pile from Full
Yeah.
Metal Jacket. He kills
And
him.
he's
Like,
great,
yeah, he's
by the way.
great, Yeah.
Oh my God, what's that actor's name? He's amazing.
Yeah.
Don Furio or Don?
No.
Don. Anyway,
we can look this up.
all right,
in 2
doesn't matter
seconds.
right now. And my number one, right? We're down to number ones here, right? My number one, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. We already talked about it. My number one all-time worst action movie from the 80s, Cobra, ladies and gentlemen. Cobra.
Also, he moves Cobra up.
He moved it up.
Yeah.
Marion Cobretti sucks. So you don't have a number one, so we keep moving.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't have it.
So I have a
Yes,
couple
I don't
other movies on here.
All right.
But also, my number one is No Holds Barred. I also got The Wraith.
Oh, the Wraith, yeah.
The Race?
The Wraith.
The Wraith.
The Wraith.
Oh, The Wraith with Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
All
Yeah.
right. I thought you just had a lisp. I didn't know what you were saying there.
The Wraith.
The Wraith.
Right. And
Terrible movie.
Also have he might disagree with me. No Retreat, No Surrender.
That's not a good movie.
Yeah, that's not
not a good
good.
movie.
I'm with you.
That's
on that.
that's Van Damme, right?
No. Oh yeah, that's Van Damme.
Yeah.
But
Jean
yeah,
Claude.
that's not one of his better.
Yeah.
Not Rob Van Damme. Let's make that clear.
Not
Yeah.
Raw.
The whole effing show.
Yeah.
All right. What else do you got on there? Is that
Vincent
it?
D'Onofrio is the who we're
D'Onofrio,
thinking.
yeah.
Of. Yeah, that's
He's a
but
good
anyway,
actor,
yeah,
man.
He's a great actor. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Van Damme, as much as I, would like to, I don't want to ever disrespect Van Damme. that's bad.
All right. All right. Well, that's our worst. How much time we got?
We're an hour in right now.
Okay, let's do this.
We gotta do
do
faster.
fast.
All right. Here we go.
I love
Fucking
it.
hair
Half
metal
hour.
thing,
We
man.
got 20 minutes.
We got 20 minutes.
10 best. Ready?
All right.
All right, here we go. My number 10, we're going to work our way down. And again, same rules apply. If we say it, Brandon, you're going to be a part of this?
Yeah, but I only have like 6. I didn't have time to think of 10.
That's all right.
So I'll jump
Number
in at
10
6.
for me, Predator, 1987. Arnold Schwarzenegger, represent.
It's on my list.
Jesse the Body
Yeah, it's on
Ventura.
mine.
Great. I have a feeling a lot of these movies, we're
I
going
think
to
we're gonna
agree
get.
on that.
I think we're gonna get them on. there.
Predator 1987, not only Arnold, right, but Jesse the Body,
Yeah.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, fucking. That's Apollo Creed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to call him by the wrong name. I apologize.
Or he also helped Happy Gilmore become a great golfer.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Chubbs. Chubbs.
And he was in Death Hunt, which is one of the greatest
my
movies of
God.
the 70s. But anyway,
I agree with that too. Predator, real quick, but if you haven't seen it, you should be ashamed of yourself because it's a great movie. Takes place. What?
Predator is my number 6, by the way.
I got
Jungle?
number 2. I got
Wow.
number 2 for Predator.
Where are they in that movie, The Jungle?
Doesn't
Are they?
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Badass land.
Badass,
Yes.
and might we all agree too? Badass villain. I mean, we love the Predator, right? It's just badass. Okay, you're number 10.
Number 10, I have a tie. Conan the Barbarian, 1982, is tied with Young Guns, 1988.
Wow.
Isn't Young Guns a?
I would call that an action.
Okay, that's the thing.
Okay, I got you.
Is
Close
it a
enough.
Western or in that? Because I also
see Young Guns?
I also didn't put Rocky 4 because I was like, is that a sports one?
No, that's an action.
You could have
Close enough.
Okay, but
Close
so
enough.
that I put that off to the side. That was one of
All
the
right.
ones. So I did
Well,
not include it. on the
you
list.
can insert your Rocky 4 wherever you
Okay,
need to.
yeah. Well, it's
Okay,
probably
wait.
the greatest movie.
I'm sorry. Save a tie again for it was Young Guns and
It
who?
is Young Guns and Conan the Barbarian.
Conan, the original
yeah.
Conan.
Yeah,
the
the
Barbarian.
original.
Not the
Yeah.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
James Jones.
Crom.
Great movie.
Man,
James
yeah.
Earl Jones, right?
Yeah.
Plays
Yeah, it's just fucking great.
also Doom. Is that is something Doom?
Also,
yeah,
also Doom. That's
Also, right? Also Doom.
Yeah, you gotta play Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James-
based on
James Earl Jones.
obviously
James
a
Earl Jones,
legendary story, right?
Yep.
What you got, Scott?
What's that?
Just because it's his first movie in the '80s, I figured I'd put him on there. Steven Seagal, Above the Law.
Above the Law is a great freaking
Because
movie.
it
man.
went downhill from there.
I agree.
You're all right about that. I just hate Steven Seagal as a martial artist, so I couldn't put him on the list. But,
Well,
you know,
especially when he weighs 400 pounds and he can't even lift his leg.
Yeah.
And his-
Well,
his later
especially since he was okay. So he was talking shit that he was like, I could meet Randy Couture in an alley, and we would know who would win. Yeah, let me tell you who would win that in like 2 seconds. Yeah. Randy, I've trained with Randy. It's like wrestling where your dad when you're 5.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but just leave it at that.
Well, I will say that movie that you just said, Above the Law, Seagal hadn't turned into a monstrous
No.
ego asshole.
No,
yet.
that was just good.
And it was a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
movie.
it's a good movie.
man.
I
Good
can't
plot,
deny it,
Good
yeah.
story. Well
Yeah.
done.
I just didn't pick it because I hate Steven Seagal. That was it.
What about you, man? Throw one out there.
Well, I'm going to go back to Flash Gordon. It's been on my.
Okay.
my
Put
top
on your
list.
one of the best.
I like it.
It's
I
on my
like
top
it.
10.
All right.
I don't really have an order
It's
though.
a device.
That's all right. Just
all right.
shout out a name. Flash Gordon. Wait, Ben,
divisive.
Scott, Steve agree. Great movie.
That
Adams.
might be the only one that made the best and the worst.
Yes, it's
and,
be on that
I,
list.
and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Best worst movie.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily justify.
Just like
either
we
way.
built this city. Best worst song ever.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
No,
I have
that's
that
just
on,
the
I have that on
worst.
vinyl.
Okay,
I told you.
Starship sucks. Number 9, Lethal Weapon, 1989.
That's good.
That's
I don't have it.
That's my number 9. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, freaking great
a good
movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
And
I like-
Gary
I like-
Busey
I like
playing
Mel
one of the
Gibson
bad
that
guys.
loses his mind.
Right. Yeah. The Lethal Weapon movies are not as good as his phone calls, you know. That he
No,
left
his
to
phone calls, it's like, you know what's funny? Like, your average, like, woke American, like, is very triggered by that. I'm like, this is like my uncles when they call me when they're drunk. Or, like, I was
Right.
like, I get these kind of messages all the time. Like, so.
But how great was the original Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, it was good.
So
Right?
good. So
Playing
So good.
Murtaugh and Riggs, and Riggs is a slightly suicidal, definitely off his rocker cop.
So good.
He had the greatest, sweetest mullet, too, in that movie.
That mullet is
Yeah.
Richard Marx level.
And
Right.
he
I
lived
agree.
in a mobile home on the beach.
Yes. Great plot, great
plot.
story, great action.
Very good.
Murtaugh is amazing in it, too. I mean, Danny Glover's great in it, too.
Yeah, I didn't get this when I was little, but now I found myself, like, saying, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what's the classic line? I'm getting too old for
Getting
this
too
shit.
old
right?
for this
All
shit.
right, what's your number 9?
I got
Number 9 is my last tie. It is Scarface, 1983, tied with Red Dawn, 1984.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I forgot about both of those movies.
So you got Pacino and fucking
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, who's going to be on my list more than once.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird weird duo right there. But
I
anyway.
left Scarface off because it's
You
more of
didn't
a
think it
drama.
was
It's more of a
matchy.
drama.
You're right. See, that
So-
we could get into that. That's
Yeah.
why I put it as a tie one, so
Yeah.
we could say Red Dawn.
But there's
then,
more
if I-
But I do like
violence
Red
in
Dawn.
that movie
But-
than any
but-
other
but-
so
drama.
many people.
I like Red Dawn, but it draws out. It's a good movie, very good movie, and way better than the remake.
I mean, if you
I
call
don't
it a
accept-
drama,
yeah.
you're going to put Scarface in terms of endearment in the same.
Well,
Yeah.
It's weird because there's so much death in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like it's
there
just
is, there
it's
is.
a real movie. It's a good movie.
By the way, I did read a story one time where they say the F word in that movie more than any other movie in the history of American cinema. It was like 320 sometimes or whatever. Great movie.
Everything I know about Cuban Americans, I learned watching
Which
Scarface.
Pacino's not even Cuban, but that's
No.
okay.
All right.
I don't know that.
So
Good.
to
Buries
speed this
those
along,
cockroaches.
because I know we're running out of time. Speed this along. My number 9 is Conan.
Conan the
Yeah,
Barbarian.
Conan the
first
Barbarian.
one.
Love that
Okay.
movie. But
All right, we talked about it. My number 8, 1982, First Blood.
Oh, here.
yeah.
Stallone,
Yep.
obviously great movie.
Yep.
Brian Dennehy, great in that movie as well. David Caruso in his first,
They
I
drew
think
first
one
blood.
of his first movies.
I actually have a song, and in the chorus, it says they drew first blood because
Yeah.
of that fucking movie. Because
And other than the embarrassingly awful speech at the very end,
That's
by
not
Stallone,
embarrassing.
where you can't understand a freaking word coming out of his mouth. You know, but still,
after
great
watching
movie.
that movie, when I'd hunt with my uncles who are Vietnam veterans, like I'd be scared. Like I'd be walking up over the hill. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm coming over the hill," and they'd be like, "Why are you talking, asshole? You're gonna scare the deer away." I'm like, I'm just really scared of you guys because you guys
Ben, throw
I saw
another
Rambo.
movie at us.
Die Hard.
You
That's a
son
solid
of
That's a good movie.
Here,
It's a
here.
good movie.
choice.
I got that on my list. It's
I
on my
got it on
list.
my
It
list.
didn't make my list, but
What?
It's solid. Yep.
All right. What was that?
me?
Number? What did we say? Number 8. What's
What,
your
number 8? Kickboxer, 1989.
Bull-
That's
bullshit,
Van Damme.
bullshit.
Van Damme.
No, it's terrible.
Kickboxer. He goes to Thailand and he fights in the Kumite and he dips his hands
Kumite.
in resin and glass and beats
No,
Tong Pao.
no. That's Bloodsport.
Same
Yeah.
movie.
I have blood
Same
sport on
concept.
mine.
Yeah, it's the same
concept.
movie. They made the same. It was
On your
so
best?
good.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. He made the same movie twice. And he beat Tong Pao.
Yeah,
Blood and with
blood sports on
red.
my
Yes.
list.
It's the same.
Blind. He was
They're the-
blind too.
They're the same movie.
He had something
No,
blind.
yeah,
He
they're
was
right.
blind.
They're both equally pieces
It's
of shit.
so good. You can make the same movie.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
I've
It's
been
bad.
trying to do a split because our drummer told me I couldn't. And you know what you shouldn't try? Like when you're in your 40s, like I'm going to do a split like Van Damme.
If you do that, you got to do it across 2 beer kegs.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not going very well.
All right, what's your number 8?
I got Roadhouse.
Here.
I am pissed that I
Here, here.
forgot to put that on my
Here.
list. That'll be on my honorable
Man, kick
mentions.
him out of here. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
1989. Here.
Yeah. Wait, that came out in 1989?
Yes, and he took the man's throat out with his
Yes.
hands.
Well, For some reason I thought that was a 90s movie, so I didn't put it down. I thought that was
it's 89.
okay.
Here.
All right. Well, I would have picked that too.
So for me, so bad it's good. I definitely would put it on like an honorable mention list.
Boop.
It's not bad. So cheesy and so
You're wrong.
bad.
Oh.
There's this guy
name's
that runs to town, and whenever somebody
Dalton comes
rails
to
against him, he kills them on the street. It's so freaking
That happened at
unrealistic.
Cordix in 1994.
Wade Garrett's the best.
He gets mad at a used car salesman, so he blows up his car lot.
Right, because it's Swayze. He can do whatever
Not
he
realistic.
wants. Nope.
All right, anyway.
And then he dances and puts nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh, my God. That would be great if they put the two movies together. That'd be fun.
Bigger.
Number 7 for me, Big Trouble in Little China.
It's a good one.
1986.
Yeah.
Directed by
I
John
didn't
Carpenter.
make my list. But
It's on my
good.
list.
Kurt freaking Russell. Do you ever see that movie, Ben?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
My wife has a shirt. She wears it around. It's pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Do you remember Kurt Russell's name in the movie?
No.
Well, old Jack Burton
Jack Burton
says,
says.
right? Listen, you could put it on a comedy list. You could put it on an action list. You could put it on a kung fu list, I think, from the 80s. It's crazy. It's a mismatch of everything. It's fun. It's goofy.
Yeah,
it's
so Jack Burton
unpredictable.
did pay my dues. I paid my dues. I paid my dues. The check's in the mail.
Checked in the mail. And a little known fact that he based that character off of John Wayne, who was his favorite actor growing up.
Do you know the first time I flew into Orange County, California, I flew into John Wayne Airport. Before they got woke and they took a statue down,
Yeah.
my dad, as soon as I got off the airplane, he's like, I got to show you something. And I didn't know what I was going to see. We had to go see the John Wayne statue.
Nice.
and I mean, it's pretty awesome, but I was a little disappointed because he was so stoked about it. Like, I got there and I was just like, what are we going to see? You know, it's my first time in Southern California. John Wayne.
All right. What's your number 7? We got to whiz through these guys. We're running out of time.
The Running Man, 1987.
Schwarzenegger. Good movie.
Another Stephen King, by the way.
Yes, I agree with that. And
It's not on my list. But
it's a good movie.
I just like that one because they had the hockey player.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the reason why I didn't I thought of it more of a sci-fi film, but you're right. It is
see,
an
there
action
you go.
movie.
That
Right.
that's where we're
It's one
getting
of
into
those
like these
hybrids.
dynamics. Yeah.
Right. Good movie.
Escape from New York.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
We
You're
could call
here.
that sci-fi too.
Yep,
Yes,
sci-fi.
but again,
Yep.
that's a great one. I didn't
See
put it
that
on my
movie?
list, but I can't argue it.
Did you ever see that movie, Escape from New York?
No.
John Carpenter again, Kurt Russell
Do
again,
not watch Escape from L.A.
Adrian
Terrible.
Barbeau, Harry Dean Stanton,
Yes.
a lot of great
Yeah, it's all
actors.
great.
Donald Pleasance,
Great stuff.
Great movie. Takes place in what 1997. That was
that's
the future.
That's
was
a little
that was the
depressing.
future.
Yeah, that was the future. New York became a huge maximum penitentiary, and the president gets crashes inside, and old what's his name, Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken.
Got to rescue him. in
Thought you were
24 hours.
dead.
What's
We
your
didn't
number
like
6?
Ben. Do you got one?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to look up all mine. It was Terminator in the 80s.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Terminator is one of mine.
Here.
1984 and
It's on my
here.
list.
Here.
I couldn't remember if it was early
It's on my
90s
list.
or...
I got it.
Okay.
Good
Yep.
one.
We all have
That's
that one.
1984.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first one that,
that
all
we
four
all
of
made?
us had?
Yeah.
All right.
1984.
Schwarzenegger, of course. Linda Hamilton, Michael whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Doesn't matter. He came back in
Legendary
time.
classic.
Yeah, that's why all this computer shit and Skynet and your TikToks and artificial intelligence. Fuck you, Skynet. That's why at my mom's house, my mom had one of those stupid robot. What do you call those goddamn things? Those robot like.
Oh, the Zuma, the Zumbas.
Roombas, yeah.
Roombas.
My mom had that damn thing came out. Like, I pulled out my 45 and I put the red dot on it like Cobra. I was like, I'm gonna shoot fucking Skynet down here. It's bullshit.
You go, that's a disease. I'm the cure.
Yeah, and I'm the cure.
My God. All right, what's your number 6?
Sorry, got off tangent. Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981.
Good one.
Here.
Yes.
I got that. My number 4.
That's on my honorable mentions because I love all the Indiana Jones.
So good.
George Lucas, Harrison Ford, Karen Allen, the original.
Yeah.
What year was that? 1981. Yeah.
I think there was like 3. I think
Yes,
3 or
that's
4.
81.
All three of
81
them.
is Raiders Ark. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 came in the 80s. How about he's coming out with a new one and he's 80?
Fuck yeah. As long as it's not with that stupid
Like the Crystal Skull.
Shiloh LaDip
Yeah.
shit.
No,
on
he's
it.
not in it.
Don't do
He
the Crystal
ruined the
Skull,
third
yeah.
one. That pissed me off.
Great movie. Scott, what's your number 4?
I got.
or number 5. I'm so wait. Where
No,
are
we're
we
number
at
6.
here?
We're number 6.
Number 6.
I got 2.
Hurry up.
Dirty Harry.
No.
Sudden Impact and
Sudden
the
Impact.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
And the Deadpool.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Both great movies. Clint
Good
Eastwood.
movie, yeah.
Do you know my dad drove up here and gave me a 628 Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum because he saw in my Appalachian Apostle videos that I was carrying a 357. He said, that gun's for pussies. He drove from Florida and handed me a stainless steel Smith & Wesson. He's like, this is what Dirty Harry carried, but this one's stainless steel. And the first time I shot it, I cut my hand. That gun sucks.
I mean, that's a man's gun. That's a man's gun.
But now I have my videos. It's cool.
Awesome.
Number 5, I have the Terminator. You?
Number 5, I already said I had the Predator.
Predator.
Yes.
Okay. What's your number 5?
I got Die Hard.
Man,
Can't deny
1988,
that.
Bruce Willis, legendary movie. Bonnie Bedelia played the wife.
It's hard to deny that.
Who is the freaking villain? What's his name? What's the villain's name in the original Die Hard? Or first of all, what's the character? I mean, what's the actor's name? The bad guy, Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
And what was his name? You don't know. How about this? What was the name of the tower?
Oh, Yokoshima. No, Tanaki or
Nakatomi Tower.
Nakatomi.
Awesome movie. Great movie. Classic. Brian, throw me another one.
Again, I don't have a list in order, but how about Full Metal Jacket? Is that in the 80s?
Ooh, that was the 80s.
Okay, but here we go.
I know.
So
I
again,
know
we could have a war. We can make a whole nother war
Yeah.
segment because that's a great movie. I cannot deny that. That's some Kubrick
The first,
magic
and that's
there.
another one of those Vincent
D'Onofrio,
what's his name?
yeah.
D'Onofrio movies.
Private Pile, you
That's
climb these
fine.
obstacles like old people fuck. So good.
Who's the actor?
Is that a deli donut?
Who's the actor that played him?
Donut. He's so
Who's
good.
the actor that played the drill sergeant? He's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was an actual drill sergeant
Yeah,
too.
he was. He's legit.
He was a legit. He said, I
Lee
just played him.
Emery or something
I think
like that. I
maybe
can't
something like that.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great movie.
I think-
First half is a solid, tense
Oh, yeah,
drama.
yeah,
Second
yeah,
half is
yeah.
a balls to the wall war film.
Yeah, some odd shit.
Yeah, you can do a lot. You can do a lot of 80s good war movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
some of the
I
good
think
ones.
that
You
would be a
got
good
Platoon.
one, too.
Holy
Oncoming
fuck.
Platoon, Oncoming Valor.
all right,
Okay,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
good.
We're gonna have to do that another episode.
Okay, where are we at here? Number 4?
Yep.
My number 4 is Raiders of the Lost Ark. What's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4 was Roadhouse, 1989.
All right, Mac.
I have Terminator.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's
talked
it.
about it.
Yep.
We talked about a great movie.
Yep.
Throw me another one, Benjamin.
My list here. So again, I didn't get a whole list of 10. How about Top Gun's probably going to be near the top.
Top
It's in
Gun.
there. Yeah,
That'll
I
be
didn't
near
put
the
on
top
my
of
list, and it caused a lot of. I shared this with our band on our thing, and it was a lot of controversy.
You didn't put it
'cause-
on?
No, because
You don't consider it an action film?
I do consider action film. I just, I don't know, man. The whole fucking the whole Scientology weird Tom Cruise thing, man. I just it doesn't stand
Yeah,
out for
I
me,
mean, we
man.
talked about this
Yeah.
Tom Cruise thing.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah,
him.
it's an honor because I based it off the stuff that I would watch.
Yeah, you're right.
These
It's-
movies I would watch before I watched Top Gun.
Fair enough.
Good movie, but I'd watch these movies before I watch Top Gun.
I agree with that. My number 3
You're all
is
wrong.
Die Hard.
You guys could be wrong. It's fine.
Okay.
Hans Gruber, by the way. I forgot to
Hans Gruber.
My number 3. This isn't going to make anybody else's list.
Okay.
But it is one of the greatest movies of all time, and I know that because they actually said it. Ricky Bobby and Borat agreed to this in the
Okay.
movie. It's the fucking Highlander, man.
Oh, my God.
There can be only one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't tuned into me on this show before, the only person at this table who has an actual movie prop of Duncan MacLeod from the television series Sword from the 90s is this guy right here.
Yeah.
Because I
And by
got
the way,
drunk
that's
and
him.
ordered it.
That's Adam was talking about.
My wife left me at home alone, and I ended up with a Highlander sword with a full tang. I cut wood with it in the backyard.
Isn't that awesome? And I know you got a shit.
I got a sword and a battle axe.
Yeah.
So I do like the Highlander. I forgot about
Christopher
that.
Lambert.
Christopher Lambert has
Sean Connery.
Yes, and it's good. Now Duncan's has there's difference. There's an open and a closed mouth Cantan.
Right.
Yeah.
So
right,
that's
right.
what separates Duncan and Connor.
Tell me, what year did that come out again?
That was 1986.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Roddy Piper, no, he's in the television show.
Yeah.
He's not the Kurgan, but yeah, I get the television series and the movie. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
I like it. I like it.
All right. What's you?
Where we at? We're number 3.
Yeah.
Road Warrior.
Oh,
Mad Max 2.
Mad
The Road
Max
Warrior.
Road Warrior.
It's on my list of honorable mentions. I love the movie.
yeah.
I thought
Dude.
Mad
Great
Max
movie.
was in the 70s.
Mad
No.
Max, the
The
first
original
one came
Mad
out in
Max.
79. Mel Gibson.
But
Yep.
then he's
The
Road
Road
Warrior
Road
came
Warrior.
out in 87.
No, 81. 1981.
81. It is
Road
a
Warrior.
nonstop 2 hours
That's some
chase.
shit.
Yeah.
It's literally a car chase from the
Yep.
very beginning. Never lets up. And it's brutal and it's exhausting.
He has the sawed-off shotgun.
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's so well done.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one? The second one? The real
I think
one?
I think I did watch both of them. I just forgot.
Right.
I definitely watched the first one more recently.
It's 10 times better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
And it's
I do
10
like the
times
first. I do
better
like the first
than
one.
That stupid Thunderdome with Tina
Yeah.
Turner.
Well,
Thunderdome.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Yeah, it was great premise.
We don't need another hero.
Great premise, but the movie was rated PG-13.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was too tame. Anyway, that's a great pick, man. Who want to
Ben.
throw another one?
Still one out there.
No, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
All right.
Didn't prepare.
My number
Okay.
2. I'm surprised nobody said this yet. Aliens, 1986. James
Yeah.
Cameron. It's part horror, part sci-fi, all nonstop brutality action, man.
Yeah.
Marines in space.
It's a good movie.
With Sigourney
Good movie.
Weaver killing
It's just
a
not on the Roadhouse
load of
level.
aliens.
It's not on the Roadhouse
Not
level.
on the Roadhouse level.
It's past the Roadhouse level.
You're crazy.
It's a good movie, but if Aliens is on and Roadhouse is on,
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
watching
watch
Roadhouse.
Ooh, not me. I actually like good movies, so that I would choose
guys are
Aliens.
wrong.
So here's
also
the
like
thing,
Wasp.
man. Aliens, James Cameron directed that, right? The original Alien was done by Ridley Scott, 1979. Straight up horror movie. Scary. Awesome. This one, Cameron went, we're going to put Marines in there with all kinds of freaking guns.
I already fell asleep. I forgot what you were saying because
Oh,
it's
my
not
God.
as awesome as Roadhouse.
Phenomenal movies.
You know, you never fall asleep in
How
this
about this?
Roadhouse.
Sigourney Weaver nominated for an Oscar for her performance as Ripley in that movie. Fantastic movie. Deserves
it's
to
good
be
movie.
number 2 on the list. What's your number 2?
She was better in Ghostbusters.
No, I just
Yeah, she was.
What's
I
your
agree.
number 2?
I agree on that one.
Nope, you're wrong. Both wrong. What's your number 2?
My number 2 was already been said, and it was The Terminator.
Okay.
84.
I had Predator. number
Predator. All right.
Ben, you got any more?
Nope.
All right. Are you ready for this? My
Yeah.
number 1. I can't believe nobody has said this freaking movie at all tonight on the best list.
If
It's
it's
probably
Aliens, you're going to
terrible.
let us down. Go.
I'm going to say this right now. Not only is it the most quotable film, not only is
I don't
it
even
the
know what
most
that word
freaking
means.
action, I mean, just exciting, tense, great performances.
Commando.
One of the most slimy, evil bad guys you'll ever see in a movie. James Remar played the bad guy, Gans. And the 2 cops chasing this evil, slimy bad guy are Nick Nolte and
48
Eddie
hours.
Murphy.
Come on, 48 hours.
And the number 1 action movie from the 80s is 48 freaking
It's a
hours.
good movie, but
Good
the
movie.
fact that even made number 1 is just silly.
Directed by Walter Hill.
Dude, we just
It is-
mentioned The Terminator, The Highlander, Roadhouse, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Predator, and you're putting 48 hours.
48 hours
Yeah,
is
that's-
the greatest action
Yeah, you're
film to come
crazy.
out of the
Crazy.
80s.
It's a good movie, but crazy. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's a good
You will
movie.
not
It's in
find
the
another
wrong
movie
order.
that has more quotable
I
lines
just
than that one.
found 5. I just told you.
And that was Eddie
Commando.
Murphy is a
Commando.
Commando.
No.
Yeah.
Eddie
Alyssa
Murphy.
Milano, before she became a liberal that hates America again, was awesome.
Eddie Murphy became a star with that movie. The scene
No,
with-
Eddie Murphy became a star
walking into the
because
redneck
of
bar.
because of buckwheat.
No, he actually wasn't big yet.
a hot tub.
Huge. He wasn't big yet. When he walks into that redneck bar and takes over, it made him a
You know-
star.
you know why?
And that movie's legendary.
Because
And
this
it
girl
should
wanted
be
to
on
party all the
everybody's
time.
number 1 list.
Party all the time.
No.
Because
Party
they
all the
did
time.
blow with Rick James.
So Eddie Murphy was in the best action movie of the 80s,
Again.
one of the worst
drugs.
action movies of the 80s, and sang one of the worst songs ever. Okay,
All right.
number 1.
The number 1 answer, what you said it earlier, the number 1 action movie, period, of the 1980s is First Blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand by that one. I would die on that hill. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. Yeah, John Rambo. I tried to give myself stitches with fishing line as John Rambo did. I carried around. Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a great.
It
movie.
is.
Yeah, we
Not
can-
deserved to be number 1, but it's a great movie.
It's better than 48 Hours.
No, it is. Scott,
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China.
That is my all-time favorite.
You know
movie
what I
of
will
the
say
80s.
about Big Trouble with Little China? This is an 80s podcast, right?
Yeah.
If you had to pick a movie to represent the 1980s, like that's a very,
Big-
it would be
yeah.
very difficult to,
Now,
to set.
First
you know.
Blood, great movie.
But it
Great
would
movie.
not represent the 80s, though. You know, like
Yeah,
as
no,
a
it
total.
wouldn't.
Like, you know,
No, it
if
wouldn't.
you had to say, hey, youngster, this is the 1980s, like your answer,
Yeah.
which would really show the 80s, I think.
I'm just saying, a triple bill of 48 Hours, First Blood, and Big Trouble in Little China would be pretty freaking
it'd be
amazing.
fucking amazing.
So
you can't.
I just want to
Ben,
throw out
what
a
would
couple.
be your favorite number 1? What would
Would
be
you
your
have a number 1? What would you? I mean, it might be something you already said. What was your number 1 action movie?
I really think as a kid, watching it, what I was probably most impressed by was Top Gun. I mean, I'm taking myself back to when I was a kid and how impressed I was, and I wanted to be a pilot. And I was never.
You know what's crazy? Like Grumman that made the F-14 Tomcats that were in that movie. I grew up before I moved to Greene County. I lived on Long Island, and they made the Grumman there. So when I was a little kid in the 80s, we'd sit there and you could actually watch like Tomcats like fly overhead, and with the movie being out, that was really fucking cool. Like I remember like sitting there, but oh my god, that's fucking.
But if I had to pick a movie to watch now out of everything, it would be like Alien, Predator, like Terminator. Some of those perfect,
legendary
more
movies.
action sci-fi type thing.
Yeah,
they're more timeless, I would say.
I think the most shocking comment out of all this is that Ben was only a kid in the 80s. I thought you were older than that.
1980, I would have been 8 years old.
Wow.
Do you know that one of the ones that I really like from the 80s that nobody would put on this list that I put in between the best and the worst was 1982's Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
Because it was like Flash Gordon to me. Like I didn't know if it was the best or the worst thing I've ever seen.
Mark Singer played the Beastmaster.
Just threw it in there.
So I have like honorable mentions.
Yeah, I do
go,
too.
Go.
Let's
So I
list
like
here.
James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
But good. Yeah.
Nobody mentioned any Bond movies.
Not the Timothy Dalton ones.
No.
They
He
sucked.
doesn't. He doesn't count.
He doesn't
I
count.
was never in the
really,
Bond movies.
I got
never.
it. And I have RoboCop.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one.
That was good.
That's
And then I have any indie movies. And then I have Rocky 3, not 4.
Not 4?
Just 3,
Okay.
not 4.
All right.
They lost me
Mr.
at
T,
Rocky.
Clubber
I
Lang.
mean, I'll watch it. But
See,
it's
I was a
that's
little
not-
disappointed
that's
because I was hoping you two would fight over Rocky 4. Because
I would put
told me
Rocky
he
1 and
doesn't
2
like
on there.
Rocky.
Rocky 4 is one of the most important movies of all time.
I know. And Scott said to me he didn't like it, so I was hoping you two would
I didn't
fight.
say
Now,
I
Rocky
didn't
3,
like
I don't
it,
know
but
if
I
you're on
didn't- it's just
Instagram,
not-
but they just put a video of me up on Instagram of chasing chickens around this pen down at Grant's house. That's our drummer's house. Because I was like, can I feed the chickens? Because I want to train like Rocky. So I'm out there. I'm trying
Okay,
to.
real quick though, I want to throw in some of my honorable mentions. Rambo 2, They Live. Nobody
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
They
They
Live.
Live's great, man.
Rowdy
That's-
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I threw in Commando.
Yeah, Commando's good.
Commando.
I love all the honor movies except for like Raw Deal. Loved them.
Yeah.
Watch them.
It couldn't go
Great
wrong.
one line. Probably the guy that had the most one-liners of all. What happened to Sully? I had to let him
I
go.
let him go. I also threw in Superman 2 with the three
Yeah.
Okay.
Kneel Before
Yeah.
Zod.
Yep,
right?
yep,
Three
yep,
bad
yep,
guys. Great movie.
Yep.
Sudden Impact. You mentioned Beverly
Yes,
Hills
Sudden
Cop.
Impact.
Nobody put it on the list. Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash,
I have
yeah.
it. I
So
got
bad, so good.
I have it on my
They could be
best
that in
worst.
between area.
Yeah. And then one of my personal, Franco Nero and Sho Kosugi and Enter the Ninja.
Enter the
Yeah.
The very first ninja movie.
I get
that's
excited about Tender.
that's a
I
good
also
movie.
have on my best worst Action Jackson.
Apollo Creed.
Paulo Creed.
Not Carl Weathers,
Oh,
but
no, he's
Apollo Creed.
Creed.
Do you know
And-
Apollo Creed played for the LA Raiders or the Oakland Raiders in the
Yeah?
70s?
I didn't
he
know
was.
that.
That's why he was so. Built
Hey,
like
which
that.
hot
He
chick
he
was in that? Was that
defensive back.
Vanity?
Vanity.
Oh, my God.
Oh, was that? She was in Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain. Yeah, she's Purple Rain.
She dipped herself in the lakes of
the
the
lake.
Minnetonka.
She was
She's being baptized.
she was sexy hot. She was sexy
Fucking
hot
Prince,
in that
man.
Action
Hey,
Jackson. Great
also-
movie.
Morris Day in the Time is the man.
Also back in the Toxic Avengers. Oh, Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, Toxic
That's
Avenger.
one of those movies hard to classify.
It's so bad. You kind of have to watch it.
It's
the
kind of in
original
between.
Toxic is great.
The only reason I know that is because I rented it down at
Yep.
Video
Video
99.
99.
Toxic
Barb
Avenger.
Swinsky
Also,
represent.
you know how Piper did They Live? He also did another movie.
Hell
called-
Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah.
That's
His
a
name
good
is
movie.
Sam Hell.
Sam Hell.
Yeah.
That's actually a good movie, but so bad, so good
so
kind
bad.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But They Live. I can't believe none of us put that on our
It's so good,
best.
but I mean, it's kind of in between because it's not like.
It's sci-fi. It's action.
But to put it in the same thing as like Raiders of the Lost
Yeah.
Ark,
Okay,
it's
you
hard,
can't
you know?
do it.
Yeah,
and
it's
also Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai in the Eighth
Peter
Dimension.
Weller.
hard. Ooh, yeah.
Peter Weller, who also was in RoboCop as well.
Terrible,
Great.
terrible movie.
Terrible, great.
But
I was thinking about great movies from the 90s, Ben, and there is none.
There are no great action movies in the 90s. None. None.
There might be. That might not be true. We'd have to actually think about
Yeah, I have to think about that.
Yeah.
All
And you
right,
have to think hard, by the way. Hey, guys, I want to thank you for letting me, for being a part of this. You guys are amazing. Great movies. Again, we do this because we want our audience to check these out. It's not just us listening to our voices and thinking how cool we are. Right now, Adam is going to sign a
right
ukulele
there.
for Scott McCracken. And
I'm going to post
so
it.
he can put it on his wall.
It's going to be my whiskey lounge.
Absolutely. But what a great bunch of movies. You can even check out the bad ones because at least a lot of them were so bad you could at least be entertained by them. But check them all out. You can find them anywhere, man. Start with YouTube, go to Amazon Prime, Tubi, what other ones? Voodoo.
Voodoo. I don't know. There's all kinds of them.
Check them. But go online and check them out. All of these. Especially check out our top 10s.
Can we do a horror movie one? Because I've been thinking a lot about Cannibal Holocaust.
I would love to do.
Basket Case.
Basket Case.
It was just.
It's not an action movie.
It's
not a horror movie.
More, but it's such a weird movie.
We could talk about that in the horror. Let's do the top 10 worst 10 horror. I think that would be fun. Not right now, of course.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No.
Time's up.
Time's up. Ben wants to get out of here. He's tired.
I'm getting hungry.
He's getting hungry. So I wanted to thank once again our sponsor. That is Apex Giant. They make great products. Lifetime warranty, made in the USA. The owner of the company is pretty cool. He's an all right guy.
He's an awesome dude. And when I pooped outside of the courthouse and I need to find somewhere, I took my Dirk Diggler thing and I buried my poop. And I was a conservator of the environment because of Apex Giant.
You're a good man. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Yes.
And they
And
also
I'm
have the
going to buy
Minimalist
a
Wallet.
Dirty Diggler.
All their products have lifetime warranties. They are amazing. Please check them out on
Made in the United States of
www.apexgiant.com.
America in fucking Greene County, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
God bless.
And in case, because Adam talked over my, the website, www.apexgiant.com. Scott, I want to thank you for coming tonight,
Yes,
man.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing the bourbon that I spilled all over Adam's jeans.
One
It's okay.
bourbon.
I couldn't even finish mine.
I know.
It's so
Just take
good.
it to the dome. You gotta do it now, Dan. Take it to the dome.
But Scott McCracken, thank you. I hope you come back at some point. We can talk more movies and
always
music and everything else. Thank you, by
always
the
love
way,
to
for
come down.
going with us or going with me to the M3 Festival. That was a
You
great
drove.
time.
I slept.
I know you did. Adam, thanks again.
Thank you.
And I know you'll be back for another one. And I am so not drinking that, by
I'm
the
leaving
way.
for a tour soon, but I will be back after that. And hopefully
Absolutely.
we'll have some cool
And good luck on your tour
Thank you.
Yes.
and your upcoming gigs. It's going to be great. You got to check them out again, Scattered Hamlet. And Ben,
Fuck those
man,
guys.
seriously, none of this is possible without Ben McMillan.
Ben's killing
And
it.
we thank him, seriously, genuinely thank you for
I only
doing all that
screwed
you
up
do.
one episode.
And it was the very first one,
That's the
too,
first
right?
one.
And
You will never
I think
see
we're
it.
doing okay. I think this is probably the longest one we've done so far.
Yeah, we're about an hour 20.
I feel
Okay.
it was compelling.
It was great.
I mean, he had that 80s thing. Ben, but I'm impressed how you reinvent yourself.
Yes.
All the time.
I get
All
bored
the
easy.
time. I see that. And I know what it is. Exactly. I'm like, he's bored. He's doing that. I don't have the luxury because I have to work at the.
You have a real job.
I have a
I get
real
it.
job.
I get it.
But I love it. I
Those are
applaud
hard.
you. And this is awesome because I would love to do. I mean, it's something that I would do.
Yeah. This
And
wouldn't be possible.
Ben's
Listen.
doing a music video for us this summer, by the way.
That's right. We're going to do it.
I would love to do.
I will make sure I don't.
It's like sex with Bill Cosby. It's going to happen.
I would like to, I just want to throw this out there now. I would love to do. I mean, obviously, Steve can host and you can do it, but I would like to do a bourbon tasting here. Sure. I'll bring the bourbon and we'll do a bourbon tasting and we can talk about it. We can talk about 80 stuff, but just,
Why not?
If
Why
it
was like
belong-
some
draw-
drinking movies or something along
drinking
those
and
lines.
we'll
we can
listen,
think of.
dude.
And I'll bring some.
We can do everything and
we'll
anything here.
And we'll do like a blind tasting.
We can
We'll
even
get Adam
strip
back
down.
there.
We can even strip down to
pants?
freaking banana hammocks
No.
if you want to.
I think get a smoker jacket, get a smoking jacket, and we'll wear it or robe.
I don't own clothes without sleeves.
See, that's the thing.
Everything with sleeves.
Oh, you can take sleeves off.
All right, that's like what Rick Vaughn did.
I want to see a smoking jacket.
Look like a banker.
I want to see a smoking jacket without sleeves. I think that would be cool
I
as
like
hell.
it. I'll do it.
All right,
I like it.
guys. Thank you once again. This is episode 8.
Do you have your dad joke?
You know what? This has been such a great one. We're just going to let it go this week.
Good deal. Good
All right.
choice.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Ben. Great night, great time. We'll see you next time. I'm Steve Barrett. Peace out, and thank you for listening to Talk 80s to moi. Hey, by the way, guys, a guy walks into a bar. He needed stitches. Good night, everybody.